Imagine appearing on a fun TV dating show, unknowingly sitting across from a notorious serial killer. That's exactly what happened to Cheryl Bradshaw in 1978 when she chose Rodney Alcala, a man later convicted of brutally murdering multiple women, as her date on the dating game. In this chilling story, we dive deep into the true events behind Alcala's crimes, his disturbing TV appearance, and how he was finally caught. In the late 1970s, Rodney Alcala appeared to be a charming, handsome bachelor. No one would have suspected that beneath his charismatic exterior lurked a serial killer who preyed on women across the United States. Alcala's shocking story took a strange turn in 1978 when he was featured as a contestant on the popular TV show The Dating Game. Little did the producers or audiences know that the man in the spotlight was responsible for a series of gruesome murders. Alcala's crimes began years before his game show appearance. In 1968, he lured and assaulted an 8-year-old girl named Tali Shapiro in Hollywood, beating her with a metal bar. Though police interrupted him, Alcala fled, evading arrest for years. By the time he resurfaced, he had already started a cross-country killing spree that would eventually span California, New York, and Wyoming. Authorities confirmed that he murdered at least 7 women, though they suspect the number could be as high as 130. Alcala's appearance on The Dating Game was nothing short of eerie. Cheryl Bradshaw, an aspiring actress, asked him flirty questions on live TV, never knowing the horror behind his confident answers. Bradshaw ultimately chose Alcala as her winning date, but she never followed through. She later reported getting weird vibes from him and canceled their date. It was a decision that may have saved her life. Another contestant from that episode, Jed Mills, described Alcala as creepy and recalled him saying, "I always get my girl." Alcala's charm masked the terror he inflicted on his victims. He used his photography skills to lure women into vulnerable situations, often offering to take professional portraits before brutally attacking them. His ability to blend in as a normal guy allowed him to continue his crimes for years without detection. Though Alcala's dating game appearance didn't directly lead to his capture, it remains one of the most bizarre chapters in his life of crime. His downfall finally came in 1979 after he abducted and murdered 12-year-old ballet student Robin Samso. Samso disappeared on her way to ballet class in Huntington Beach, California, and her body was found days later in a remote location. Investigators were able to link Alcala to the crime after his parole officer recognized a police sketch that resembled him. During a search of Alcala's storage locker, they discovered hundreds of photographs of young women, as well as earrings that belonged to Samso's mother. This crucial evidence ultimately led to Alcala's conviction. However, the road to justice was long. Alcala was sentenced to death in 1980 for Samso's murder, but the case was overturned multiple times due to technicalities. In the meantime, DNA advancements connected Alcala to 4 additional murders between 1977 and 1979, including Jill Barkham, Georgia Wickstead, Charlotte Lamb, and Jill Parento. By 2010, Alcala was convicted of 5 murders and sentenced to death once again. Even with his conviction, authorities continued to investigate Alcala's past, believing there were many more victims. In 2012, he was sentenced to additional prison time for the murders of Cornelia Crilly and Ellen Hover, 2 cases that had gone cold for decades. Alcala's true body count remains unknown, but what we do know is chilling. Rodney Alcala died in 2021 while on death row at San Quentin State Prison. He was 77 years old, and though justice was finally served, the scars of his crimes remain. As for Cheryl Bradshaw, she retreated from the spotlight after her terrifying brush with Alcala. She moved away from California and started a family, leaving behind the notoriety of her infamous dating show appearance. The bizarre and tragic story of Rodney Alcala serves as a haunting reminder of how even the most charming personas can hide the darkest of secrets. Rodney Alcala's terrifying journey from TV game show bachelor to convicted serial killer is a story that still shocks the world today. His ability to hide in plain sight for years left a trail of tragedy, but his eventual capture brought some closure to the families of his victims. Thank you for joining us on the fame journey as we uncovered this chilling chapter in true crime history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gripping stories of infamous figures and the cases that shocked the world. Your support helps bring attention to these important stories.